Morning, honey.
Good morning.
What are we working on today?
Our autumn long bean is growing vines. I'm going to do today is tie these twines on the trellis and then direct the vine on the trellis. First of all, I need to cut this twine to the length I needed to put on the trellis. I have this little tool that Kent make for me. Honey, what is this called?
Well, I took a piece of fence slat and cut it down to make that length that you wanted. I would just call it a fence slat board. I don't know.
Okay, that's fine. It's very useful. So this is the twine. I reach the top and make a loop. This length will be half of the way that I'm going to put on the trellis. So I just need to keep going.
Yeah. So each loop is one length that you're going to use.
Yes. So I can have the twine pre-cut. Later I just need to tie directly on the trellis. I think that's it. This is our scissor. We're gonna cut it right here from the top. Oops. See, this is pre-cut twine. Taller than me. Here we go. Now we're gonna tie these twines on the trellis. This is the long bean vines. They already grow pretty tall. They need to direct it on the trellis.
So how do you tie those strings on there, honey?
I'm tying a slight knot. It took me a while to get used to balancing on the raised bed board. Now I'm very good at it.
Now she does it without even a wobble.
Yeah, I don't even need to hold anything.
So how far apart do you put the strings, honey?
For long bean, I put about a little bit more than half foot apart. Depending on how tall your trellis is, our trellis is pretty tall, right? So it has enough space, and I usually only put one row long bean, so they can be a little bit tight. But if you have shorter trellis, you better keep a longer distance for them. If you have 2 rows of long bean grow together, you gotta keep longer distance.
So our trellis is about 7 feet tall. Regine cuts the strings at about 6 feet, a little more than 6 feet long, so that she can tie them off and then still have a little bit at the bottom to tie them onto the other string and onto the plant.
Good explanation, Dada. Here is so much cooler. Now we're gonna tie this string onto the bottom string right here. It's just a very simple single knot. Just make sure it attached to the string at the bottom right here.
So you're doing a simple single knot that's just basically wrapping it around and tucking it through and pulling it tight.
Yes. Right here.
So why do we need to tie it to the bottom string, honey?
First of all, we need a line to keep all the twine organized. The second, we need something to be able to keep the twines in certain distance. If we don't have anything hold the bottom of the twine, they will just tangle up and just all over the place.
And the third thing?
The third thing?
The third thing is that it keeps the plant from tearing its roots out, right?
Not that much. Well, it's hard to tear the root out, okay? But if like hurricane, it doesn't matter.
The hurricane will just tear the leaves off.
Next, we're gonna tie the vine onto the twine and direct the vine onto the twine. Tie the twine to the vine, right here, a very loose single knot. And then tangle the vine and the twine together. Let the vine grow up like that. When they grow, they will tangle themselves with the twine by themselves. We don't need to worry about them later. Same thing right here. These are very long. See how long this is? Now we just need to repeat this all the way up, one by one.
We repeat it again and again until we've tied up all the plants.
It is true.
So how does growing beans on the trellis help the plants?
For vining vegetables, you have to let them climb. If you want them flower and fruit, you have to let them climb up so they can reach the sun and the space to flower and fruit. We need to respect their nature and we need to help them. After they climb up the trellis, you will find out they grow much faster and healthier and happier. If you can tell if they're happy or not. I can tell if they're happy or not. Now we're done tying the long bean vines on the trellis. We will come back a few days later to see how they grow. With this method, I've been growing all kinds of vine vegetables. I will show you around. Hyacinth bean, I grow it on the twine onto the trellis. Look, they're growing very well. Over here, this is honeydew and melons. I also using the same method. They started to climb on the trellis. I also use string to direct bitter melon vines on trellis. See, this is the bitter melons. So this is loofah. We also use the string to guide the vine onto the trellis. Tomatoes, we also use the twine to help the tomato plant to climb on trellis. We're gonna have to do this very soon. This is all for today's video. I hope you learn more about our twine on the trellis to help the vine vegetables to grow. If you like our video, give us a thumb up, subscribe to our channel. We will share a lot more growing experience and skills. Thank you very much. I will see you next time. Bye.